This podcast is not a substitute for a relationship with your mental health professional. Hey, family. Welcome back to another episode of the Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast with your girl, Andrea Wise Brown. And today, family, I have another power hitter here for you. Family, you know this is Women's History Month. And when I tell you, oh, it's so juicy, women, I'm just giving it to you. I'm giving it to you. So we have a powerhouse here, and I'm going to introduce her in 60 seconds. But first, I have to say, if you have not joined the family already, please do so. It's free and it's easy. All you have to do is click that little button, the subscribe button, subscribe to the podcast, like the podcast, and then share the podcast. Share the podcast. And let me say this to you. If you feel froggy, then jump. Because what I want you to do is make some comments. So tell me, did you like this information that you learned today? Are there some questions that you want to ask our expert? And then maybe the expert will chime in and answer the questions, or I'll get back to you after I ask them. Like, come on, talk to me. Talk to me. Let me know how you're feeling and what you're thinking. Okay, so here we go, family. All right, so here today we have Chanel Christoff Davis. She is the founder and CEO of Davis and Harmon, LLC. They are sales tax experts. It's the largest Black and woman-owned sales tax advisory firm in the United States. With over 24 years of entrepreneurial expertise, Chanel has built DDH into a trusted advisor to Fortune 100 companies, overseeing multi-million-dollar transactions and driving growth for clients through strategic sales tax solutions. Chanel is a committed mentor and advocate to women entrepreneurs. Chanel's exceptional leadership has been widely recognized, including her recent CEO Financial Executive Award, which underscores her influence and innovation in the financial sector. DDH was also named one of INC 5,000's fastest growing private companies in America. And this was in 2024, and awarded 3 times Supplier of the Year, further demonstrating the firm's impact and industry respect. Chanel is a native of New Orleans. She's a graduate of the University of New Orleans and a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated and a Goldman Sachs 10,000 small business alumni. Chanel is a powerhouse, family. And I'm excited for you to meet her. Hey, Chanel.
Hey, girlfriend.
Oh, boy. So I am so excited that you
happy to be
came to
here.
talk to me today.
Yes.
Yes.
During Women's History Month, right on the tail end of Black History Month.
Come on now.
Yes.
Right in there.
Yes.
Okay, Chanel. So you have, oh my gosh, all of your accolades. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, good. And they are to be celebrated. And the good thing is that they are often celebrated, right? Like I'm saying, all these awards that you get,
Very
right?
blessed.
In this magazine, yes. I mean, I'm obsessed. I love it. Right now, you are the owner of this multi-million-dollar company.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just ask you, as a Black woman, what are some of the challenges that you experience
trying to build this business?
Yes.
So just to take you back to my beginning.
Yes.
First of all, thank you for having me. this is a long time overdue. We've been wanting to do this for a while, so I'm glad we're doing it now. But to take you back to the beginning, I come from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
I am the baby of a family of all girls, and we come from a very low income neighborhood. So one thing I do value about the way I was raised, though, and the way I was brought up, was my whole background, my whole entire environment was super black. Like all of my teachers were black, my principal was black, my doctor, nurses, the hospital we went to, everyone was African American. Pastor was black. Even the stores in my neighborhood, like we had a black hair care, beauty supply. It was owned by Mr. Joe.
Come on, Mr. Joe.
The neighborhood barbers and candy shop, all that was black people. So I think that informs a lot of what I guess what was instilled into me. I also was a very studious child. I was always the top of my class from the beginning, straight A student. And so my family also poured into me that, I was going to go to college. You're going to be my first college educated kid. My mom would tell me that all the time. And she garnered a lot of self-esteem from my academic accomplishments, right?
Okay.
So for her, the more I did, it lit her up, and to see her so proud of me, it kind of encouraged me to repeat that cycle. So I'm saying all that to say that I was pushed at an early age to be, very studious, academically focused. That was my role in the family, right?
Okay.
Oh, everybody has a role in the family.
Yeah.
My role was to be the nerd. I was a nerdy kid.
You was a smart one.
I was I was called a nerd, but okay, I was a smart one.
Okay.
And the numbers girl, I was always really, really, good in math. So when I went to college, I knew I was going to study some sort of business, but I, didn't have college educated parents.
Right.
So I didn't have a foundation in college education, although I went to a college preparatory high school, a historically black college preparatory high school.
What's the name?
McDowell 35 is the first high school for African Americans in the entire state of Louisiana. So most of our, civil rights leaders went to my high school. So, but the whole purpose of the high school was to send us to college, right? So I knew I was going to college. I just didn't know what I was going to study. I didn't know what it was. I knew I was wanting to be in business. And I kind of fell into the accounting, spectrum. So starting off in accounting, again, I did extremely well. I was a top accounting student. I went to a PWI. So all of my, competition was white people.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was the only black one that was the top person in my school.
Okay.
So I was heavily recruited out of college and ended up coming to Dallas.
So let me ask you this. Let me just go back a little bit. Okay. So I love that you are aware that you were influenced by the people around you, right?
Yes.
Even outside of your household. I love the way that you say, I saw black entrepreneurs everywhere.
Yes.
Right. So I knew that was a route that I could take. That's right. That's so good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, that's good.
And we were taught that every day in school, even through elementary school. We learned Black history every month. It wasn't just 1 month, but they were always instilling into us that we could be whatever we wanted to be. That don't let anybody tell y'all that y'all are not the best. You're the best. You're the brightest. So it was kind of always infused in us, even though we were in a low income area. They didn't want us to feel like we had limitations on us. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's real good. So and before, and I love that you say that you knew that you were kind of like the top of your class. You knew that you were smart. You were the smart kid. And I will say this: your mother, you are till this day, she will make sure she points out. I love your mother. Like, I love your mother. I'm obsessed. So she made sure that she let me know, and everybody else that was coming. Yeah, Chanel was the smartest. Oh yeah, she did good. But not like Chanel. Now Chanel was. Oh yeah, she don't play. So no, I get that. That's
that
so
was instilled in
good.
me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think too, from my mom, I lost my dad really, really young. I was 4 when he passed away from colon cancer.
Really?
So she was widowed very young with 3 young daughters in the inner city.
Wow.
She comes from a rural, very, very small town. So it was just shock. Like the whole situation was a shocker.
Wow.
So we had a lot of judgment and eyes on us just from our family as
Did
a
you
whole.
really?
Oh my God.
When you say eyes on you, in what regard?
Well, I think a lot of people were skeptical that we were going to make it. You know, they were like, you know, what is she going to do for those girls? You know, she's lost, you know, her husband. Back in the 70s and 80s, women weren't supposed to be independent thinkers. They weren't supposed to be leading households to success. So we had a lot of negative feedback about our home life. So I think from my mom reinforcing in me that, you know, that was a point of pride. Like, oh honey, for holidays she would let them have it. They come to our house and every certificate, medal, ribbon was on display. Oh yeah, Chanel is the tops.
Okay.
I hope y'all understand.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, this one right here. Yeah. Can't say nothing about Chanel.
Okay.
So she got a lot of self. You know what I'm saying? That's where her garnered a lot of self-esteem for her.
That got you. That made her feel proud. That she came from me.
That's right.
Yeah, she did this. Right. Yeah, this because of me.
Absolutely. And I got so much from my mom. My mom did not go to college, but you know, we had apartments behind our home. You know, so she made sure when my dad was getting sick that she bought a house while he was still alive.
All right.
With his veterans benefits, she said, I did not want to trace my daughters all up and through New Orleans. Like I want them to be stable in a home. So she made sure before he passed that he put us in a home. All right. And she also made sure that behind us we had 2 little apartments. Okay. So we can have income. Right. So she thought through all of that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I'm thinking you were talking about the neighborhood. No. So she had your space and then she owned.
Yeah, we owned apartments.
All right.
Yes. So we might have been slumlords, but that's not the point. The point is
she's a businesswoman.
She was a businesswoman.
She's a business.
Okay, about business. Okay. Don't worry about the condition of the home. So yeah, we had like double little Creole cottages behind us too. And so I would go with her. Now it was a big gap between me and my sisters. So I spent a lot of time just me and my mom. Okay. So I would go with her and we would go and, you know, pick out fixtures to fix the house up, girl. Everybody survived. That's all that matters. And we would, you know, she would negotiate with vendors to come and make repairs on the home, and I would hear her negotiating. And you watched this? I watched it all. She would take me with her to file her income tax returns and say, "Okay, this is a deduction, honey. So you got to save your receipts. By the end of the year, you bring all this to the tax man, and these are deductions off of your income." So I'm soaking it all in.
Oh, that's good.
She didn't realize what she was doing,
but maybe she did.
Maybe she did.
Maybe she did.
Maybe she did. So I was just a sponge. Yeah.
Oh, that is so good. And you know what? This goes against the myth of, you know, people from New Orleans, they're not smart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we definitely a thing.
Have you heard that in life before? As smart as you are?
It's so funny. I get a lot of no one's ever said it to my face until recently. And that's a separate story. Okay. But you know, you just get the vibe when you hear people speak about New Orleans. It's very disparaging that we're, you know, clownish performers. We're, you know, musicians, dancers, and you know, have funny accents and things of that nature. So I've heard that is a perception of my hometown, and it couldn't be further from the truth.
Absolutely,
it's such a horrible stereotype. Yes, but yeah, my presence dispels all myths and all stereotypes that you never can, you know, judge a book by its cover. No, you're gonna miss every time. And really, it's kind of one of my superpowers. You know, if you can the more people discount me or
underestimate you.
Oh,
come
honey,
on now.
That's the best position to be in. That's the best.
Okay. Tell me. Come on, tell the women why. Why honey, is that the best?
Thinking I'm not a threat. Watch out.
Oh,
like
that's so good.
Yeah. So it's really a position of power for me because I'm
Mm.
negotiating with you, but you're not really taking me seriously. And then when the deal is done,
Oh,
you're like,
you done went home.
oh,
Oops, upside the head.
yes, that's the best.
Oh, that's so
That
good.
is the best. Yes.
That's so good. Okay, that's good. Okay, all right, Chanel. So now from there, oh, I love that. I love that. So you learning from mom, and you know you're being fed, your self-esteem, your sense of self-worth is being fed.
Yes.
She gets to see everybody seeing your superpower is your talent, your smart, your intelligence.
Mhm.
So now you get to go to a school. But when you go to I'm talking about now it's college. When you
The
go to
university.
there you go. When you go to the university, now you're at a PWI, and
Yeah.
that's a predominantly white
Which
institution,
was a
right?
culture shock.
A culture
It
shock.
was in New Orleans.
Yes.
So I stayed home for college. I went to the University of New Orleans, but it still was a culture shock because my whole life was Black people. Like my neighborhood was Black. All my entire environment was Black. So to leave my cocoon and go to a predominantly white institution was a complete culture shock. I mean, it might have took me like 15 minutes to drive over there, but still, it was just, it's just a school that a lot of Black people didn't attend. Again, underestimating my talent.
Yes.
And end up winning all the awards for accounting. All the offers came to me first, and other people had to wait till I turned down the job offer before they can get their initial offer. Yeah, in fact, I was told by my college professor, why don't you just, give up some of these, turn down some of these offers so some of the other kids can get some. I'm not thinking about them. They're going to wait until I make a decision. Okay. And I end up leaving New Orleans and coming to Dallas. But y'all don't wait. Okay. This is my opportunity.
That's right.
Yeah. So I actually had a conversation with a college professor that told me that.
Really?
Yeah, you need to turn down some of these. You're getting all the offers. Like, hey, don't hate the player, hate the game.
I know that's right.
It is what it is.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, but they've never seen anything like me. I mean, I've been in situations where my maiden name is Christoff.
Okay.
So Chanel Christoff. I've been to interviews in New Orleans for internships and jobs. I show up and they're like, Christoff, wait.
That ain't who we thought. We didn't think you was who.
They pushed the interview questions to the side. So tell me about, like, they're confused. That's not who they thought was coming to the door based on the resume, Right. Beta Alpha Psi, accounting fraternity, top of a class, 4.0. Like, what? Tell me about your life and how you got here. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah. Okay, Chanel. So all these accolades, people not even understanding what? Who is she? What's she? Right. So let's take us back a little bit before you hit it big. What was your first job?
So my first job out of college was at the time it was Big Six. So it's the Big Six accounting firms.
Oh.
There were the top 6 accounting firms in the world, really. Now they're down to 4 due to consolidation and some other things. I was recruited to Dallas for one of the Big Six. And my goal coming to Dallas was absolutely to be the first African American partner in a Dallas office at this firm. That was my goal.
Really?
Like, if it's going to be a first, it's got to be me. Like, why not? So that was my goal. That didn't work out,
Well,
but I'm still a partner of a firm. So it worked out better for me. But yeah.
Of your firm.
Of my own firm.
Of your own firm. Oh, but I love that. The power of a dream.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to be down with the gem pop people for long. Like, they're going to realize my talent. And I just really coming from a smaller pond to a big pond. I was top of the heap and came to Dallas and I was the bottom of the heap, pretty much. Because I didn't go to a Texas school. I didn't go to A&M or UT or any of the top schools that they recruit from. Although I was a great student, it still was not a Texas school.
Got you.
So that instantly put me down to the lower ranks in my start class. And I think my start class was 23 people, 2 Black people, 2 African Americans, the rest were white.
Wow.
So yeah, I was one of 23 to one of 2 Black people to be recruited in this class in Dallas. And yeah, so I don't know what their intentions were for me. My intention was absolutely to be at the top and to be a partner. Like, hello. So, but yeah, that was a great experience. I will say it was like getting a master's degree. I was there for 3 years. I became a senior in accounting, and I left and went to at the time it was GTE, and then it turned into Verizon. Worked at Verizon for 2 years. And then I left Verizon to start my firm. So I only worked outside of my firm for 5 years out of college.
Really?
So really majority of my professional career has been as an entrepreneur, business owner.
Really?
I only worked for 5 years. Isn't that insane? I was a baby when I started my firm.
You were a baby, but it's so interesting because I can identify with that. Because me too. I haven't. My first job was McDonald's.
Yeah, but you were instantly a business owner.
I was. That's just who I.
That's
You
just
know,
who
it's
I was.
some people are entrepreneurs and some people are not, and that's just what it is.
That is what it is.
It's not good or bad. It is just how we are wired.
It's just the way I was wired. I was doing entrepreneur stuff that they never asked me to do at the first firm, doing all kind of stuff that they were like, girl, sit down. You know, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, I started an affinity group for African Americans.
Did you?
Yeah, that's before they even had such a thing. That didn't even exist back then. But I was like, you know, we need to have our own group, you know? I brought the National Association of Black Accountants, the organization, to the firm.
Okay.
And we need to be active in this firm, in this organization for Black accountants. I started a suit drive and started collecting suits, going around the office and collecting suits from all the partners for Dress for Success. Nobody's asking me to do any of this. But you see what I'm saying?
I love
like
it.
A busybody. But I thought, you know, y'all should do more in the community. You should be more active. Why do we only have 2 Black people in the start class? You need to be active in National Association of Black Accountants, NABA. Yeah, you guys, you can do more.
Oh, that's so good.
This has been me my entire life.
Your entire life, right?
Advocating for others.
Advocating for others, but also thinking outside the box.
Yes.
Yeah. And believing whatever it is that you're thinking of outside the box, you can help to create.
Yeah. Like my first year at this firm, there's a National Association of Black Accountants national conference. The first year I was in the firm, they didn't know what NABA was really. I think they kind of knew, but they weren't really super active. The first year I was at the firm, the first conference was in Miami. And I was like, I gotta be there. So, and I'm gonna need them to pay for it. So I did a proposal.
Did you?
I put together a deck, went to a partner's office and said, I need you guys to pay to send me to Miami, you know, because I need to be with my people. You know, and I need this professional development. And I need to go to Miami.
Okay.
And they were like, okay. I mean, what you gonna say? I'm like the only Black person at the firm at the time.
Right.
2, maybe 5 of us. They sent me to Miami. Like everybody thought it was banana towels. It was like, how are you getting the firm to send you to Miami for a week? Like, what is happening?
Oh, that's so good.
But that was me.
That was you. Oh, wow. I'm just wondering because I'm there, I'm stuck. So did you have to come back and then present what you learned? Or not really, not so much.
They
ain't care. Just go. This girl wants to go.
Like,
she's smart. She earned it. Just go.
Right.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, so now at what point, and I get it, you said, I want to be partner, and I get being in that realm and realizing, okay, yeah, they ain't trying to see me. Yeah, they ain't trying to see me. Yeah. So when did you decide that I need to work for myself? Like, I got to figure this out. Yeah.
I knew pretty early on that they had already picked who was on a partner track. They made it very obvious. They weren't really shy about it.
Okay.
And I realized I was not on a partner track. So I was like, okay, I can't stay here. This ain't the place for me.
That's right.
So again, I left there, went to Verizon, worked there for 2 years. And for my husband and I, you know, we met in college. He's the one who convinced me to change my major to accounting. And I listened.
Okay. Well, so what was your major before accounting?
Girl, that's a funny story.
Tell us.
I was just in the college of life. I don't even know what the hell I was doing. I just was hanging out. I had a full scholarship, so I could have gone to college for 10 years. They would have paid for it. So I was just hanging out, taking intro to this, intro to that. Met my husband, then of course my boyfriend at the time, and he's like, "So what's your major?" I was like, "I don't know, child. I don't know.
I'm about to go to a conference.
I'm going to a conference. I'm going to the club." Because he was returning to school. He was, had been to the military.
Oh, okay.
So he was serious when I met him. He's older, serious, and he was like, "Girl, like,
you don't have no major.
What are you doing with your life?"
Oh, that's good.
He said, "I think you need to take this intro to accounting class with me." And I was like, "Okay, shit, I ain't doing nothing else." All right. So I take the class with him.
Okay.
And every test I make 100 and blow the curve out the gate. Like everyone else in the class, they're making 50s and they're struggling, and I'm making 100 on every test. So Terrell's looking at me like, "What the?" Like he's like, "What is happening?" First of all, it was my idea, right, and you messed it up for me,
because he wasn't hitting it out there. And we wasn't in that. Yeah, my brother, we respectfully,
right,
he wasn't hitting it out the park.
He lit up too. He was like, "This is incredible.
I love it."
The accounting professor was like, "What's your major?" And I said, "Well, I don't really have a major." And he said, "Well, you really should think about accounting. I think you should really strongly consider accounting." And so I changed my major to accounting, and the rest is history. I mean, I just killed it.
Really?
Yeah, out the gate, just killed it.
And I know it was easy for you, but did you like it?
I liked the attention. I liked, everyone throwing daggers at me because I literally could not understand why they were failing. I'm like, the man just told you what was going to be on the test, and he just showed you I could not get it. But it's really, I guess, a left brain, right brain.
Absolutely,
issue.
because I would have failed everything. Math,
people just could not get the concept.
It's just not my thing. Not people are my thing.
Yes.
Interpersonal skills, even though you have great interpersonal skills, but like that's my thing. Emotional intelligence, that's my thing.
Yes.
For all my math classes, I had to have a tutor. Desmond, if you still around.
Hi, Desmond.
Oh, no, girl. It looked like I was looking literally at like Chinese. Like anytime I see numbers on a piece of paper, now, of course, as a business owner, I had to learn, and I had to learn in a different way. Yes, that's right. That's right. However, back then,
that wasn't your gift. Yeah, so I mean, I couldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. Okay, it was like this career fell in my lap. I was like really, really good at it.
Oh, that's good.
I looked up the salary potential, and I was like, "Well, hell, that's better than hanging out in the college of life." It was literally called the College of Life. Like, I'm not even making that part up.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, that's where all the, I don't want to say, went to hang out because we couldn't figure out our life. So yeah, I was like, I got this major. It's working for me. I was really good at it, and like I was so good at it that I can look at the book.
Yes.
Like we had textbooks back in the day, and I can look at the book and photographically remember a page. Like I don't have that skill anymore, but I could photo remember a page and recall it in a test and knock it out the park. So I could not. Why would I change my major? I was like sailing through. Yeah.
So you know who else has a photographic memory is my daughter Ayana.
It's a blessing.
I'm telling you, she would tell me how when she was younger, she would go to like go for an interview or something, like in school, killing all the awards. She was the top of the class and all that kind of stuff. And so let's say if someone was interviewing her, and she didn't know what they were going to ask her, but while they were asking her whatever question they was, she said she would already, because it'd be upside down. She said, "Ma, I could even read upside down." So she would know everything that they were going to ask her. That's a very fast brain. But yes, and she could remember, in law school, when she was going through law school, she would tell me how there was she could just remember pages. And she said when she take a test, she knew exactly.
Yeah. I had that ability.
Lord have mercy.
And I could recall like studying with people and they wanted to focus on XYZ. And I'm like, that ain't gonna be on the test. I don't even know how I knew. I'm like, we're gonna study this, and trust me, this is gonna be on the test. And we go to the test, knock it out the park.
Wow.
So I couldn't change my major.
No.
And one time I took a creative writing course, English course, and I did really well in it.
Okay.
Like very creative. I'm a creative.
You
person.
are, yes.
Very creative.
Yes.
Like I'm the odd person that is really good in art and creative stuff as well as accounting. It's just a very rare mix. And the professor was like, you need to change your major to journalism. Like, you're really an amazing writer. My mom was like, oh, okay, well, let me come to school and meet her and talk to her about the career path. I said, okay, mom. So mom come to class and meet the teacher, said, stop putting crazy stuff in my daughter's head.
That's what she told her.
She's going to be an accounting major.
All right.
So, but no, this is a gift. She'll use that in accounting. Don't talk to my daughter about journalism anymore. Like, okay, mama, I'm in college, but whatever. But yeah. So
that's good.
So my destiny was set.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, so now you're off. So that's your major. You're doing well. We can step in here real quick because I just want to know. So at the same time, right? So this is your major. You're doing well, but you are also an artist, like literally an artist. Like she actually has art that she sells, and it is amazing. Yes. And so when did you know that you were an artist? Like, was this the same time or did that come to you later?
So as a kid, I did a lot. I drew a lot. My mom wouldn't let me have paint because she said that I would mess up her
walls.
Sofa,
oh, sofa. Walls. Yeah. Well, she was right.
I could have been like
Picasso.
She kind of messed me up, but that's okay. So she actually calls that to this day. She's like, this painting thing you're doing, this has been you from the day one. She said, I couldn't keep crayons and art papers out of your hand. Like, this was really a thing. You should say you were a reader and you were a drawer. You drew like people. I could look at somebody and draw them. So
really,
yeah, it just was again, I wanted to be an art major in college. My mama shut that down too. But anyway, mothers. So when I bought my first home as an adult in my 30s, I wanted to put paintings on the wall, and I didn't want a print. I didn't want like a print of it. I wanted the actual original art. I couldn't afford that. So I would just try to paint things myself. I would look at books, art books, and try to recreate it. And that's how I got started painting on canvas as an adult. Like, I didn't even know I could do it. But and I would, you remember Painting with a Twist?
Yes.
I would go to Painting with a Twist with my friends.
Yes.
And we all paint together, drink alcohol, paint. And then when I turn mine around, they'd be like what?
How you get yours like that? It looks perfect. Oh, it's better than a teacher.
Yeah. Like, you got like details and like, I was like, okay, this is a thing. Like, I didn't even know. I literally had forgot that part of my childhood. I totally forgot about it. I was an accountant. Okay. It's a professional. Okay. So I had forgot all about art until it just came back into my life.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, I love that. So in your first house. Okay, all right. So now you got your job. So after the job, you decide, okay, you said you went back to Terrell, your husband, how he was the one that kind of got you into accounting. So now that you 5 years into corporate America. Yeah. So what made you decide, all right, I'm jumping, I'm going to create this business? So one thing I realized early on in college is that I had an entrepreneurial spirit. Like, we started the student chapter of the National Association of Black Accountants on campus. Like, whenever my husband and I specifically, whenever we saw a challenge, we would spring to action to fix it or to address it. And Black students at UNO, they weren't getting internships, they weren't getting accounting jobs after graduation. And so we were like, that's insane. We need to do something to address this. So we started National Association of Black Accountants on campus. And we're just that type. We're just that couple. Like, we were just like the couple that was always trying to do something. So once we graduated and moved to Texas, he moved to Texas, he moved to Houston. And when we got engaged and he moved to Dallas to be with me,
we started just brainstorming. We're like, listen, corporate America is not for us. Like, we're gonna die if we stay here. Like, this is gonna kill us. It just wasn't a good fit for us. And so we would come home every night and dream. Like, we would just write down, like, what could we do? You know, it was like, maybe we could start daiquiri shops in Dallas, right? Before we had daiquiri shops here. But we didn't want to have like a whole like restaurant, because then you have to hire staff, and we're like, we ain't doing that. That's too much.
Right.
And you couldn't do a drive-through daiquiri shop at the time like we had in New Orleans.
Right.
You know, we wanted like a little drive-through something. We couldn't do that. So we put that on the side. We thought about putting my husband's red beans in a can.
Oh, because are they good?
They're really good.
Oh, man.
So we were like, we could can your red beans.
Oh.
Then we thought about, okay, we don't have the startup money to do that. You know, how are we gonna get the money to get a co-packer and a processor and a formulator? And okay, we can't do that. So we put that on the side. And then one day someone called my husband, because he was, you know, he worked for the state, the Texas State Comptroller's Office.
Okay.
As a sales tax auditor.
Okay.
So that's when sales tax entered the picture.
Okay, I got
never
you.
heard about sales tax in college. Never was taught about sales tax.
Yeah.
So he started his career as a sales tax auditor for the state of Texas. And when he left, someone called him and asked him if they can use his resume to bid on a contract with the state of Texas. And my husband was like, well, what's the RFP number? What's the bid number? And, you know, I'll look it up and I'll get back to you and let you know. So he looked up the RFP, the request for proposals, and he said, we could do this. Like, we could put together our own bid package and we could do this. And we put in our own bid. We literally put in our own bid, wrote it together, took it to the SBA and asked them to look over it and see if they would change anything or add. They were like, we would give you the contract. This is really damn good. Like, submit this.
Right.
And we submitted the proposal, won the contract, quit our jobs, and never looked back.
And never looked back. Wow. Chanel, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And the reason why I don't know, I just lit up because, you know, recently I've been hearing so much about government contracts, right? And but I've been hearing about how to be the middle man, right? The middle person where you get the contract, but then you get the subcontract
to work under you.
Yeah, okay.
So we did
and
that.
I'm gonna say I'm looking into doing that. Yeah. So what I'm wondering is, okay, you said you did that.
We did that for 8 years.
Okay, so good. So tell me, because I was thinking you were saying y'all provided the service. You became the subcontractor.
We had a contract, and it was a pretty lucrative contract. And allowed us to hire subcontractors to work under us. So we worked the contract ourselves. Like, I would get in the car with my husband every day with our computer bags, and we would go out and audit companies on the state's behalf together.
So you were a contractor.
We were the contractors.
Okay.
And then we also hired our friends to work under us as well. Because it was a huge contract, which is crazy for our first opportunity as entrepreneurs, business owners. It was crazy. And we also bid on a project for the city of New Orleans to do the same thing. So we will audit companies based in Texas that had some type of sales tax responsibility in the city. So think about Sally Beauty or Popeyes franchises, Pizza Hut, those things that's based in Texas.
Yes.
But they have storefronts in New Orleans. We will audit the corporate headquarters in Texas and send the money back to the city.
Oh.
So we did that as well. So we did government GovCon for 8 years until I said I had enough.
Okay.
I was done with GovCon.
Okay.
And I wanted to do a complete pivot and only do corporate contracts, B2B. I didn't want to do anything government contracting anymore.
Can you tell me why?
Yes.
As I'm about to look into this whole thing.
For us, our experience was, and we did state and local.
Okay.
State was the state of Texas.
Yes.
Local was the city of New Orleans.
Oh.
They didn't want to pay us market. So there's a market rate for what we do. They wanted to pay us, I would say, a fifth of the market rate.
No.
They wanted a steep discount. And they also wanted to control how we hired and fired.
Oh.
So, you know, we couldn't just switch out contractors. It was a whole process. It was insane. So they wanted to control what we did, and they didn't want to pay us our market rate. When we first started, we were getting market.
Okay.
But then over time, it just got worse and worse and worse. They kept cutting our package and making it less profitable. So at the end of the year, I'm like, we're working backwards.
Yes.
Like our profit margin is horrible. We're having to take a loan to pay our taxes. Like, what are we doing? Like, this is insane. Like, it looks good on paper.
I got you. But still, where's the money?
Where's the money?
I got it. I get
the
it.
money? So we had to slowly pull back. Like the first thing we did was we stopped doing the city of New Orleans, and then we took smaller packages from the state until we just didn't do them anymore. So and we just moved out of our home. We worked from home.
Love it.
And went fully into looking for corporate opportunities.
Wow. And so how'd you do? Okay, just tell us, like, how'd you get your first corporate?
That's a good story too.
Tell us.
That's a really good story too. So when we were working in GovCon for the state of Texas, this is the type of things that turned me off of government contracting. We would do an annual proposal process every year. And we had to submit this big package and mail it to Texas, the headquarters in Austin, every year. Well, one year after they released the initial RFP, they released like an affidavit, an addendum that we didn't know anything about. So we submitted our package as we normally would. We didn't know that the addendum existed. They didn't email us to tell us, hey, go back into the portal. We have another paper we need you to sign, submit that with nothing. It was so we lost the contract for like 6 months. And we were like, whoa, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And my husband, one of our good friends, asked him to come and sub under him for a corporate entity. And so he went because we needed the money. I was subbing as well. I went to another firm and subbed. But on this opportunity, he worked with this other larger firm. The firm doesn't exist anymore. And he knocked it out the park. Like he killed it.
Oh, that's good.
He got them back millions and millions of dollars in refund dollars. I mean, like millions. So much so that when the other firm went away, they remembered him. And they were like, that Davis guy. Where's that Davis guy? We got to find him.
Come on now. That's a God thing. Come on now.
We need to find him. They found us, brought us back. They were our first corporate client. We've been with them 15 years.
Wow.
15 years. And they are Forbes 100 top global corporation. And we are their sole sales tax group.
Come on, God.
Yeah.
Whatever he has for you, no one can take it away. And I'm sure when you guys started subcontracting, so when you say subbing, when y'all was
working for another
that's
firm.
why I'm just trying to let the family know if they're not familiar. Yeah, so you start working for other firms because you decided we got to do what we got to do. That's right, you hustling. But then in doing that, because
we were heartbroken, we were like,
I'm sure.
We lost this contract. What are we going to do? We had a new baby. We got to pay this mortgage.
Yes.
So we thought it was the worst thing ever, but it was God working on our behalf.
Come on now.
God was working on our behalf.
A lot of times.
Introducing us to this company and having us work for this company and getting them to see, this small firm that's working from their home. They're very smart.
Oh, that's so good.
We need them.
It's so good. Yeah. Because a lot of times, what we feel like sometimes when we lose a job or we lose something, we feel like, but we feel like it's a step back, like we've lost but sometimes we have to step back to step up even higher. Oh, that's so good. Okay.
And so they were our very first corporate engagement.
Okay.
And we've just built on that very first win. Like we use that story to talk to the next company.
All right.
And then we use that story to talk to the next company.
Come on now.
And we just one by one just added to our portfolio of clients.
Oh, I love it.
And we've done such an amazing job for that first client. They have actually hosted on their corporate headquarters, global corporate headquarters. They've had their customers come in to meet us and to tell them, y'all need to use them.
Wow.
They're amazing.
Wow.
Y'all need to find something for them to do. We want to help them grow.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes, that's amazing. absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But it's in divine order,
Yes.
right? Because y'all didn't see that coming. You were just being humble.
Right.
And just doing what you need to do, just staying true to it.
And always operating in excellence. Now, if he would have, which is not even in our, that's not even our nature.
DNA, I got you, but go ahead.
To, phone it in.
That's right.
Or not give the best.
Yes.
He went in, feeling some type of way about being a sub.
That's right.
But he went in and killed it. We don't know anything else.
That's right.
But to deliver excellence. And when it was time for them to make a change, they remembered us. They were like, we need to find them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. And so this is so many years later.
Yes.
You said 15?
Yeah, no, we've been with them 15 years.
With them, how long? So your business has been open now for
24 years. We've been in business 24 years. Yeah, so we did GovCon for 8 years. Okay. So we only did government contracting only for the government for 8 years. Pivoted, got rid of, literally started another business, kind of, right? Because we had to go from GovCon to corporate.
Yes.
How do we sell ourselves in the corporate world? And landed our first corporate contract and just built from there.
Wow, wow. And now y'all service
all 50 states. We've done global projects. We've done work in Japan, Africa, Colombia, Senegal, Kenya, the Gambia. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah. That's so good. Okay, so I have a question before my next one, but please, tell people, because a lot of people, when I met you, I didn't even know. I'm like, sales tax?
What is that?
What is sales tax? Recouping money? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
And you explained it to me. So tell a family, what is sales tax?
So sales and use tax is a transaction tax. When you buy something, at the bottom of your receipt, you will see that you're paying some type of sales tax. Like on every transaction around the world. In Europe is VAT tax. In Asia is VAT tax. Africa is VAT tax. But here in the States is sales and use tax. So we help companies with that one line item on your receipt, like manage that, report it to the different states where they are operating. If they're being audited by a state for that one line, we're representing them, making sure that they're putting their best foot forward, protecting their interests. We do end to end, from compliance to refunds to audits, all around sales and use tax. And a lot of people are familiar with sales tax because of Amazon. And Amazon had sued the state of South Carolina. South Dakota, excuse me. They sued South Dakota because they didn't want to report internet-based transaction sales tax. They were like, we shouldn't have to, report anything that occurs online because we don't have a location in South Dakota. So because they lost that case,
Amazon lost the case? Because they said, no, you still have to report
you have to pay the sales, report the sales tax, collect it and report it. Now we have to pay sales tax online as well. It used to be not the case, but they lost that case in 2019. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Okay. Yeah. Wow. And so auditing, so why would a person, that we know how, you can get audited with your income taxes, but why would a company have to get audited with sales tax?
Because when you have a corporation and operating in any state in the union, you're signing an agreement, like a business agreement to operate in that state. So a part of that is you're agreeing to collect that state sales tax.
Got it.
So in Texas is 8.25. Most places it could differ, but generally it's 8.25. So when you collect that sales tax, you are also required to open the books and let them come audit you to see that whatever you're collecting, you're indeed sending it into you can't keep it. You have to send it to the state. So when you sign that agreement to be able to collect sales tax, you also sign an agreement saying that you have to open your books whenever they want to come and examine them.
I got you, right, because they want their money.
The states want their money.
They want their money, and you're a middle person. You're a middle person too. So whatever it is that you're selling, you must charge sales tax, and then that sales tax ain't yours.
It's not
You have to
yours.
send it to whether it's what is it, local or
It's a state. So it
state.
could
State.
be
Got it.
the Department of Revenue
Got
in
it.
Georgia. It could be, California State, utilization in California.
Got
New
it.
York Department of Revenue. Texas is the comptroller. Yeah, you have to send that money in.
Got it. Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. Oh, that's so
Mhm.
good.
So
That's so good.
it's very niche. It's
It
not.
is a niche.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
not
what
that
I'm
many people do what
thinking.
we do
Yes.
in the country, but it does keep us very, very busy and in
Yes.
demand because there aren't a lot of people that do what we do.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is the really fantastic part, is not only is there not a lot of people who do what you do, but they don't look like you look.
No, no,
Right?
no.
Yeah.
That's very rare. Yeah. So in the country, in the United States, less than 6% of accountants are Black, and less than 1% specialize in a tax practice or a specialized tax area. So we're very, very rare. We're unicorns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
good. That's so good. And now running, y'all, a multi-million-dollar company.
Yes.
And that's their company.
Yes.
That is so freaking dope. This is this smart girl from New Orleans.
Little old girl
Little old girl from
low income area.
Come on now.
Underestimated.
Come
Counted
on.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who went to the school of life
Went to the school of
and just
college
stumbled
life.
the college life.
Stumbled into accounting.
And stumbled, but
and
not really,
killed
because it's
it.
already
It was
destined. It was
divine. It was absolutely divine.
exactly.
Yeah, my steps were ordered.
Yes. Okay. And I love that. I think that you are amazing. So let me ask you this, and I know we're ending now, but I want to ask you this because I think you should be celebrated and people should know your story. So you did talk about some challenges,
Mhm.
but just being, and I think I kind of started off by asking you this, so I'm going to bring it back again. So as a woman owned business,
Mhm.
and I'm as a double minority,
Mhm.
are there any challenges that you have faced? Because some family members out here are entrepreneurs and they have businesses, and we know I'm an entrepreneur. There's an ebb and flow
Oh,
to
yeah.
business, right?
Yes.
So, speaking to you, like, has there been, because you just don't become this multi-million-dollar company and then
Mhm.
everything's just so good and
And
so,
Rosie.
because
Mhm.
that's what TikTok makes people think, and
Oh, Lord.
Instagram and all that,
Yes.
right? So if you could share like a challenge that
Mhm.
y'all overcame, that you
Mhm.
overcame, that would be helpful.
I think the biggest challenge to being an entrepreneur or business owner
Yes.
is really in your own mind. I
Mm.
think that
Ooh.
you're gonna get a lot of naysayers and
Mm.
people who try to discount what you can do. I mean, I was literally told, and this is a crazy story,
Okay.
but a part of my process of growing our business in corporate, because remember I told you we started in GovCon.
Yes.
I became certified minority-owned business
All right.
and the woman-owned business.
Yes.
So when I first went to that organization, one of the organizations, and spoke to the president about what we were doing, not trying to do, we were doing. We were on the way.
Yes.
We had already decided to stop doing government contracts, and we were already starting to look for corporate opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
She said to my face, to me and my husband's face,
Okay.
that they'll never, companies are never going to hire you to handle their taxes. They're never going to hire a Black person.
No.
You should do something else.
No.
They're going to only hire Big Four. Remember I talked about Big Four?
Yes, you did.
They're only going to hire Big Four. They're never going to hire you. They're never going to hire a Black person to touch their money.
No.
To my face.
Was this another Black woman?
Yes. Yes.
Look at there.
Right up in my mug.
Self-hatred. Self-hatred.
I was
Because that's
like,
how people see themselves.
but it
So
was a blessing in disguise.
okay, come on now. Come on.
Because the message she was trying to penetrate me with,
Yes, come
like
on.
that her intention was to poke holes,
Push you down. Oh
push me
yeah,
down,
absolutely.
and
Sit down. Go sit
penetrate
down,
me.
little girl.
Really put a battery in my back.
Oh.
I was like, I'm gonna show you better than I could tell you.
Oh, that's so good.
Watch me work.
Oh, that's so
the
good.
same person now. Eyes ain't big enough to see me, honey. When she see me, it is flowers. She is just enamored.
Wow.
With me.
Did
she don't even remember? I'm sure what she said.
She
to me.
no.
You think she knows?
Oh, now you know I'm a mental health expert.
She knows what she said to me.
She knows. That's why you getting all them damn flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows. People know.
She's in the audience.
She's hoping. She's hoping you forgot. Girl. She's hoping you don't know, but she knows. Yeah. And she's eating crow every time she see you winning, baby, because you be winning. And she is
often in the audience when I'm winning awards. Ooh. Often. Yeah, she's there.
Oh, that's so good, family. So don't you ever let no one else, anyone step on your dreams because they can't see it. They can't see it because it wasn't for them.
Yeah.
If it's something that you can see and that you believe in, you keep going.
Yes. And we had already proven our value proposition. We were already making money, right? We were just trying to pivot.
Of course.
So who are you going to tell me what I can and can't do?
Ooh.
What?
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I love it.
So
love it.
Oh, we had many dejectors. One of the things I am grateful though, my mother, our siblings on both sides, they probably were clutching their pearls when we announced that we were both going to quit our jobs at the same time with a brand new baby.
Okay.
Yeah. They probably were like, oh, but they never said anything. They kept their mouth shut. They never said, are you sure? Maybe one of you guys should quit and the other one continue to work. Good. Do you have to both quit your jobs? I don't know about that. Now, after the fact, now that they see what we've been able to accomplish,
what they say?
They're like, we were scared. We were scared.
Really?
But I couldn't say nothing. I was like, they're young. You know, let them dream. Let them dream.
Oh, that's so good. Dream.
Let them fly. Why would I clip their wings?
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm very, very thankful that my family has always been supportive. My mom would just, how y'all doing?
Love her. Okay. I love her.
And then
Mama,
every now and again, I get a little card with $100 folded in. Like, isn't that sweet?
I love her.
She's like, go get your nails done, baby. She was so worried.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah. That's
but
so
now,
good.
Honey, you can't tell her nothing about her baby.
I know. Don't I know it? And that's how it should be.
Yes.
Right? That's how it should be. Oh, okay, friends. That was so good. Okay, so now everybody knows you are super successful. Absolutely. Yes.
Amazing.
Coming from humble beginnings. And that does not stop you, right? No. When you are tenacious, you're driven, you believe in yourself, and you had the support, right? The people, your mama, the community that also said, you could do it. Even it was just them having their own businesses, which I think is amazing. Going to doctors and your doctors are Black. Yeah, why can't I be a doctor? Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. Okay, so now, and we have to mention, we're ending, but you told me about the 2 groups you in, the minority women-owned groups, right? And I usually come with you to their events.
She's always with me. I love it. She hates them events, but she comes anyway. Which I love.
But no, I love those events.
No, you do have a good time.
I love those events. No, because we're gonna clarify. Because I love those events, and I love a good dinner. I love a good dinner.
A good gala, honey.
I love a good gala, honey. And I love supporting you. I love supporting my friends. I want to yell loud. I want to record you. I do. It makes me so happy. The part that I have issue with that I'm getting better at, and you be on me, is networking. Yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah. But if I just come just to
hang and chill
and eat, great. Oh, that's me all day.
Some good vibes, honey.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Well, you don't have negative vibes around you.
No.
And that's so good.
No.
Yeah.
I keep my environment very, very pure.
Yes. I love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. And so so this is what I wanted to bring up. The fact that you are part of what made you, before we end, join the sorority in college.
Now this is the truth, okay?
Yeah, tell us the truth. No, don't start lying now.
The truth now.
Don't start lying now.
I was the first in my family
Okay.
on both sides that I'm aware of. I had an aunt who was a nurse, a RN.
Okay.
My aunt Marie, she was a RN. My other aunt was a cosmetologist, and on my mother's side, I don't think I had any aunts or uncles that went to college. They were all laborers or worked in the refinery. Good, hardworking people. I come from hardworking people.
Yes.
But I was the first, really, other than my aunt Marie, to go to college. And I knew that I wasn't going to stay in New Orleans. I knew that New Orleans was not my final destination. In my mind, I thought, I need a network. Like, how am I going to leave home and leave my roots in my entire community? I told you I had an amazing community. And relocate. Didn't know where I was going to go, but I knew I wasn't going to be in New Orleans. And so I thought that I needed a network of women that I can tap into wherever I landed.
Oh, that's good.
And that it served me well.
Did
it has served me well. It has been a great icebreaker. When you try to find women who have commonalities with me. I'm a sorority type of girl.
Yeah, you
I'm
are
a girlfriend type of girl.
Yeah.
I love
You
women.
are. You do.
So it was a good fit for me. My daughter is like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So I respect
daughter
that.
And I, we are a lot alike.
Yeah, mine's like never, never. I respect that.
Yeah, no, I get
she
it.
doesn't need that.
That's right.
But then she has a different setup in life.
Yes.
She has two parents.
Yes.
Who are college educated.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Absolutely.
She has an environment.
Yes.
Where she's surrounded by college educated women.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
men.
Yes.
Like, I didn't have that.
That's right.
So I'm like, when push come to shove, who do I call? Like, if I need, to fight somebody in the corporate world, who do I call?
Oh, that's good.
Who's
Okay.
gonna have my back?
Oh,
right, because I knew I was gonna be heading into the fire, the lion's den.
Yeah, your daughter gonna be like me. She gonna have friends. Well,
They'll come fight.
Chanel.
They'll come fight. Yeah.
I'm having this problem with this corporation.
I think that's so beautiful, though, that based on what my husband and I have been able to accomplish,
Yes,
that she feels so strong.
Oh, that's good.
In herself, and so confident.
Yes.
In herself, that she's like, I don't need a group to make it.
Oh, come on now.
Isn't that a blessing?
Yeah.
In one generation.
Yeah.
I've changed the trajectory of my future. That's a legacy.
That's a legacy. Absolutely.
So I'm very thankful for that.
Yes.
Very blessed by that.
It's so good. Yeah. Okay. So that was why you joined. And is there any specific reason as to which group you joined? And it's a sorority. What's the name of it?
Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Yeah, because in Louisiana, and every state is different. In New Orleans, Louisiana. The Deltas run in Louisiana.
Okay.
Like, absolutely.
Okay.
My counselor in high school, I went to, like I said, historically Black high school, was a Delta.
Okay.
She was my counselor that got me into college and got me scholarships and got me all the things. She was a Delta. I mean, just state legislature filled with Deltas.
Just got you.
Supreme Court Delta.
I got you.
So it's all I knew.
That's right.
I didn't know. They were the ones that got stuff done.
I got it.
If there was a protest, something going down City Hall,
Delta.
Delta.
Okay. I love it. No, I get it. Makes sense. Okay.
So that's what I saw. So I was like, okay, these sisters, they know how to fight.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So that's what drew me to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. So this is so good. And I will say, as this powerhouse, we must mention, like you just said, your beautiful, amazing daughter.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yes. How old is she?
She is 21 years old. She's about to graduate from college.
Yes, she is. I remember when you first took her, the very first year.
Yeah, that time flew by.
Oh, it does. It does. It does. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. So
and being able to watch her become a young woman. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful to God. I'm so blessed.
Yes. Yeah, you are. So good. Okay, well, I love it. So I want you to, is there one last thing that you would just want women out there to know. Remember, yes, you are creating your legacy. You are freaking amazing. You are killing the game. And I don't know if there's some women out there that may be confused about where they are and what they should do or how they should move forward, or, maybe in the school of life right now. You know what I mean? I don't know. Is there one thing that you would just tell other women?
I would say stay tapped into your power source. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. I prayed the prayer of Jabez many a day throughout my entrepreneurship journey, that he would expand my territory, and that if he would give me the desires of my heart, that I would sing his praises.
Come on now.
So I would absolutely say, stay tapped into your power source. And one thing that was extremely scary for me, but that I started to do, and once I start to, I guess, achieve success, visible outward success.
That's right.
Where people could see it.
Yes.
I started to pray and ask God for discernment. Be careful when you pray that prayer,
because you'll see it.
Whoa. Like, I'm scared sometimes to ask God to give me discernment. Show me what I can't see. Who's for me and who's not for me.
Oh yeah.
Open my eyes, God. Because you kind of feel, we have great instincts as women.
Yes.
So you could feel when something is off. Be careful when you start. Get ready. No, don't be careful.
There you go.
Get ready when you pray that prayer, because it's not going to take long. God's going to show you immediately what needs to happen, and you have to be obedient and move.
Yes. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. And tell everybody where they can find you, how they can follow you, so they can stay inspired by you.
So all the women out there who are interested in topics about business, travel, my art, lifestyle, I just launched my YouTube channel. It is Chanel Christoff Davis Art. You have to put art at the end.
Okay.
And I'm also bringing back my podcast, which this lovely woman's on my podcast. My number one podcast episode is the episode about mental health with Miss Andrea Wise Brown. It's still, to this day,
still number one.
Still number one.
Come on, Jesus.
After 5 years of podcasting, your episode still ranks number one.
Thank you, Jesus.
I'm bringing my podcast back. Follow the Leader podcast show on all podcasting platforms. Tap in, because we're bringing the show back in 2025. And Instagram, I have a lot of fun on Instagram. Again, Chanel Christoff Davis Art.
I love it. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
And yeah, I'm just gonna say thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to know you.
Yes.
Yeah.
God put us together at the perfect time. Timing was impeccable.
Right? I love you. Like, I'm so grateful that you're in my life.
You've been a blessing to me. Like, I can't even tell you how much you blessed my life.
You blessed my life.
We're going to keep this. You blessed my life. I mean, sometimes you need that friend.
Yes.
That is going to, tell you the truth.
Yes.
And I'm going to leave it there. Tell you the truth.
Okay. And I'm always going to be that friend.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to mop your floor if you need me to. Pick up the groceries, pick up the kids, take you.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you the truth at the same time. And empower you and tell you and push you how you can go be bigger. And because I believe it. I love you. Okay. Thank you, friend, for doing this.
We have a love fest. Y'all still all around?
Yeah. Well, family, that is another episode of the Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast with your girl, Andrea Wise Brown. And family, don't be jealous, because I love you too. And I will see you next week on the next episode.